I just saw a clip from Riley Gaines on Fox and Friends, and honestly, it made me so happy. Mostly because I'm a Riley Gaines hater, and I've never seen someone look this bad in quite some time.
The white privilege comment. I would actually say that this is
Black privilege, to be totally honest
with you, because her posting this white racist comment right after
assaulting
Sophie Cunningham on the court is actually black privilege, because she knows the WNBA won't do a single thing of significance about it. And imagine if the roles were reversed. If Sophie made a comment similar to this, then she'd likely never play again.
That's exactly the thing though, Riley. She said something very similar to this. She said young trans girls are equivalent to rapist grown men. Young girl, rapist man. That was her comparison she made. No punishment yet. The reason DiJonai Carrington tweeted, or thread did, white privilege, is because Caitlin Clark had this exact same foul.
It's impossible to catch Jordan.
A common foul in basketball when you're going for a block, you miss, you hit their head. Caitlin Clark's common foul. DiJonai's flagrant 2. Do I think this is the right call? Absolutely. You hit someone, follow through, wind up, impact. That's a flagrant 2. I get it. But when Caitlin Clark does the same thing, and it's a common foul, that's where white privilege comes in.
It's quite sad that the WNBA is the joke that it is, because it does have real star players. It does have star talent. Some of those being Caitlin Clark, some of those being
Sophie Cunningham.
But rather than leaning into that, which is what the audience, the target market, really wants them to do from a
Business operational standpoint.
They're like desperate on just folding like a lawn chair. I don't understand it.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
It is just stupidity that rots in their brain. It's unbelievable. First off, I'm a trans ally. What she says and what she stands for is ridiculous and is harmful. Second off, when she's talking about, oh, the WNBA needs to invest in its superstars with real talent, and then she mentions Sophie Cunningham as one of those superstars, that's how you know this is a big shtick. She could have mentioned Paige Bueckers if she wants to push her white agenda. She could have mentioned A'ja Wilson, the best player in the league year on year on year. But no, Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham. Caitlin Clark is a good player. Does she remind me of Trae Young? Does she play a lot like Trae Young? Is she the WNBA's equivalent of Trae Young? Yes.
Hooray!
But she's still a good WNBA player, just like Trae Young's a good NBA player. I don't think people are going to refute that. His first 4 or 5 seasons, people were saying, wow, the Luka trade for Trae Young, you know what? It worked out for both teams. It was one of the only win-win trades in NBA history. Caitlin Clark is that level. She's a really good player. You know, she puts up the numbers. Not very efficient, very turnover heavy, not a good defender, but she'll give you those highlight nights, right? I'm not mad at that. Sophie Cunningham, Sophie 2 points in 24-minute Cunningham, Sophie 3 points in 37 minutes Cunningham. That's who the WNBA is messing up by not promoting further. Also, they have been promoting her further the last 2 weeks that you guys have been infiltrating this league with your bullshit. That wasn't enough. That wasn't enough to see, wow, what the fuck is the point of this? Jesse Waters, the Fox News host, Jesse Waters is the only person I've come out of this with the slightest amount of respect for. At the very least, he came out and said what you people are too afraid to come out and say. I don't give a shit about the WNBA. Thank you, Jesse Waters. That should be your take. For years and years and years, all I've heard from right-wing conservatives, who the fuck cares about the WNBA? Why do you care now? And you think your opinion counts 4 times as much as my opinion. I've been watching 7 years-ish since the 2020 bubble year, but my opinion, my business sense, my understanding counts a quarter of yours. What credentials do you hold, Riley Gaines? That you got 5th place in a swim meet? Really? That's what we're doing? I think I'm more qualified to speak on this. You know why? I had a swim meet in 2nd grade. You know what I placed? 1st. Numbers don't lie. Facts over feelings, Riley Gaines. Sorry. Facts over feelings.